to come. John Wells alongside me tonight. Wells, who are you looking forward to seeing?
Yeah, evening, Mark. Well, look, my key men, I think I mentioned in dispatches, first of all, for Mike Mamika, massive last week. Mason Lino, if you cast your eyes to the sidebar, he'll need a cool head and a steady hand in the absence of Jake Truman. But it's the man on your screen, Max Jowett, who is my idea of a real match winner. A danger to everybody in a red and white shirt tonight. For the Robins then, the visitors, well, I think they got off almost to a false start last week. For the Robins, Joe Burgess provided the tries in round one. JWH will do the grunt work required to inspire improved performance from last week, but it is Magic Mikey Lewis who is the one in the spotlight again for the Robins. There when it mattered most last week, you wouldn't back up against him doing it again in those clutch moments this evening, Mark.
We are about to get underway here. Can Wakefield make it back-to-back starts on their Super League return? And will the Robins build on and improve from last week as they look to keep their unbeaten start going? Jack Smith, the official, in the middle tonight as we get underway. Wakefield in their white strip. And the violet colours of Hull Kingston Rovers have the first carry, and a good welcoming committee there from Wakefield. We saw the Wakefield pack last week at Leeds were really strong. Certainly in that first 40 minutes, they need to be the same tonight.
Absolutely. They did exactly the same as Castleford did the previous night. In the middle, no-nonsense stuff. It's this sort of stuff, and it's the work after the initial contact as well that impressed me over at Headingley.
Robins looking to work it towards centre field. Good challenge on Reece Martin, who'll be hoping for a better night with the boot tonight than he had on his debut last week. Good carry in Chella. They're up to the 40. And they're going to kick out of dummy half. Now that ball bounces up, and the bounce favours the Robins on the far side. They'll put another kick in hint now, and it goes in behind Jowett, who's got to retrieve the ball inside his own 10. So a double kick to start for Hull Kingston Rovers, and they complete their first set.
Do you know what, though? I think it's, again, another nod to Max Jowett. That was a kind of improvised play from the Robins when they got caught on a sideline. Jowett, just bang in the right place at the right time. Decent haul for him, 10 out of 14 points last week, but defensively, I think he's outstanding.
New deal for Max Jowett this week. A sign that Wakefield building for a strong Super League return. Carrying the ball forward is Pitts, another one who was outstanding last week, as the team mentioned earlier on. Last one here for Wakefield. Lino will go high. At the back here is Evans. He'll catch it on the full. He'll move it away to Tom Davis, and he'll bring it forward up towards the 30. There is Darryl Powell looking on. He's had a lot to contend with, hasn't he, with injuries and illness this week?
Yeah, hasn't he just? But again, you know, the strength of the club is in the squad depth, and I think that's something they've really worked hard on at Wakefield. Maybe not the superstar names littered across, but they are strong right into the mid-20s in this Wakefield outfit.
Good contingent have made the way over from East Hull. Every ticket they were given, they've sold. As now they look to work their way forward. Ray Hargreaves is turned away, though. Centre of the field. Now they'll get it to Minchella. Finds Lewis. Quick hands there. And a good read in the end. Had to be as well from Walmsley. Last one. Lewis is going to send it high. They'll drop back over on the far side. Johnstone drops it backwards, but crucially it did go backwards, and he's just going to get back in the field of play. A big collision here. Can they get him over the in-goal line? Well, the referee's right there, and he said that Johnstone just about stayed in the field of play.
Oh, what strength from Johnstone, and what defensive work. Working in collaboration with another centre and the winger early in the set. It was brilliant defensive play from Wakefield.
It was indeed. Here the tough carries then. Wakefield burning through the tackles inside their own end of the field, but now they're playing. They work it to that far side. Johnstone is wrapped up. Here is that drop. Crucially, though, it went backwards and Wakefield survived. But they're in a tricky situation here, and they're going to have to kick from deep inside their own half. And you'd have to say early on, The Robins are winning the territory battle as the kick once again charged down. Now there's a pull back there. There could be trouble here for Wakefield. Big trouble. There was definitely a pull back on the shirt there. And the excellent Hull Kingston Rovers defence is getting their rewards.
Yeah, he couldn't help himself, could he? I thought they'd rescued it with the pass from Mike McMeekin, but Ollie Russell just took too long, a half a second too long. Great pressure from Hull KR. And he just couldn't help himself, had to tug back on the shirt of James Batchelor.
100th Super League appearance tonight for Ollie Russell. Played half an hour last week as sub at Leeds. Back in the halves starting tonight. First real chance then. And Suaso Su carries inside the 20. Ball will work its way back towards the post now. Here come the Robins. McAlorum in at dummy half. 10 away. They're working it to that right-hand side. They're going through the hands with a pass. Misses the man, and it goes into touch, but it was touched. I feel Broadbench pass, and the Robins are going to get another set.
They are, but I think it was a try-saving involvement from Johnstone. They're going to get another crack. They're going to get another 6. But I'd say that's twice now. The Wakefield edges have been examined. Central wing are working in tandem. I mean, they can't ride the luck the entire evening like that, or you'd think that the odds are low.
Well, here come Rovers now, looking to lay the platform down. They'll carry inside the 10, looking to get off to a great start here. They're going to swing the ball into the arms of Lewis. Lewis, short pass. They had bodies out the back, and they had numbers there. But the lead runner gets the ball. Turn back underneath. Su will lay the platform again. Emlyn Uele in at the tackle. And again, they'll come to Lewis. Is he going to go out the back this time? He is. Evans will get it away. Here's Kildare. No way through for him. Good defence so far from Wakefield, who are being asked plenty of questions early on. Little scoop from dummy half, almost caught them. Well, this will be the last one. And they'll surely put a kick in this time. Little floated kick towards the in goal. Hits the crossbar. It'll bounce up here. And that's going to be a try. And a big try as well. The 100th of his career. Tom Davis, the bounce of the ball favours the Robins. And Tom Davis has a century of career tries. Rovers lead by 4 points to 0.
And they'll feel very unlucky, aggrieved will Wakefield Trinity by conceding the first try. The defence was immaculate, and it took an errant kick off the crossbar, and if he tried another 100 times, I think he wouldn't be able to achieve that again. Tom Davis, right place, right time, opens the scoring for the visitors. I mean, I'd love to say he played for that. He played for the crossbar. We'll maybe get to ask him after the game. But Tom Davis wasn't waiting to find out, was he? Wasn't hanging around. Johnny on the spot, career ton-up. And he opens the scoring for the Robins. They've been knocking on the door, Mike, haven't they? But I think they've been repelled really well by an organised defensive display from Wakefield. And it took a little bit of good fortune for that man to cross for the opener.
Yeah, Tom Davis, new signing from the Catalan Dragons, and after a little bit of a baptism of fire last week for Rhys Martin when all 4 of his kicks were on the sideline, this will be a welcome relief as he looks to get up and running. The Papua New Guinean international strikes it straight through the middle, and the lead is 6, much to the delight of the travelling faithful here.
Yeah, one of the jobs of a winger is to finish, but being in position to do so is also a skill, and it's learned through experience. It's that second phase, unpredictable stuff, whether it's from an offload or from a freakish bounce off a crossbar. It doesn't matter, does it? Tom Davis is delighted with the opening 5 or 6 minutes or so from the visitors.
Yeah, he saw the action down the other side of the field last week as Burgess picked up a hat-trick, as that ball just held up on the wind, and Mikey Lewis did really well to get there on the full. It's quite a mild evening here in West Yorkshire tonight, but there's a little bit of breeze in the air, and that may be evident there. Well, good defence, but an even better offload, and they'll pinch a few more metres downfield here up to the 30. This has been a good start. Willie Peters will be pleased with this opening 8 minutes so far.
Hold! Go 2. No, they've not gone 2.
Work again. McMeekin played long minutes last week as they look to work the ball wide this time. Here's Rhys Martin, the battering ram up towards halfway. Gonna work the short side. McElaurin finds Evans, who finds Gildart, wrapped up by Staunton. Teammates last year. Here's Lewis again. He's going to send another high kick. It's going to be gathered on the full, 5 off the line. Nice pass. Tom Johnston, though, might be going in goal here, and again has just about has the strength to keep in the field of play.
Yeah, really good set from the Robins. I think they're showing some great shape as well. Chose a short side as well during that set, just keeping that Wakefield right edge on their toes.
Looking now to spread the ball out wide. Didn't quite get to an edge as Pratt, who was outstanding at Headingley last week, is wrapped up. Here's Walmsley. We've seen all about his try-scoring prowess in the Championship. Can he do it at Super League level? Well, Wakefield at the moment are finding yards hard to come by even. Nice one again. They'll kick from inside the 20. Ball caught on the full. Advantage Hull Kingston Rovers here.
Yeah, advantage Hull Kingston Rovers, and Willie Peters will be extremely happy with the opening 10 minutes of the game. I think they've restricted Wakefield incredibly well, put them in awkward positions. They've got the first score, importantly, I think, against Wakefield in their first match at home in Super League. They've got the first points on the board, just to quieten this crowd down a little bit.
Lewis to Gildart. Back inside the Wakefield half they go again here. The Robins looking to add to their early lead. Angle carry. And the tackle is made on Batchelor. One of a quartet of former Wakefield forwards involved tonight. Quick hands get it away. Here's Burgess. He's going to back himself. He's going to try and get in the corner. Great tackle. And the ball, well, if it wasn't a forward pass, it was knocked on by Mikey Lewis. Burgess backed himself on the outside, but the Wakefield defence holds firm.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, this time the right edge unpicked. And take a look at the cutout ball here. It's that really quick catch and pass that put Burgess on the outside, but Jowett, the ever-reliable fullback, made sure that Burgess, well, was already in touch, wasn't it? It was because of the attentions of Jowett. Another piece of brilliant defensive work from the fullback. They've been put on notice here, haven't they?
They have. Great defence from Jowett. And Wakefield do survive. Now they'll look to try and move the ball, but Davis had a hand in that. He'll put the ball down just in case, but the referee's seen it. And it will be another Wakefield set.
We saw a little bit of this last week, didn't we, at Headingley? Just certainly the opening kind of exchanges of the game were all about set completion and field position. But they did show that they weren't scared of shifting that early in the set, early in the tackle count, wrong end of the field, traditionally. Good to watch, and it's no wonder why the crowds are in, because it's an exciting brand of rugby to watch. Not risk-free, but exciting.
Well, with risk comes reward. Can Wakefield create opportunities here? Well, at the wrong end of the field at the moment. But as they showed last week, they can and will back themselves to produce some outstanding rugby league. They're going to be worth a watch this season for sure under Darryl Powell. Hamlin Noeli can't get the ball away. He was trying. Get a quick play of the ball, though. Short pass to Staunton. He's wrapped up. Good tackle. He Pitts finds Russell, who gets it away to Jarrett. Here now is Corey Hall. Hall with a little shake of the hips. The former Robin himself, a short stint in the red and white of Rovers. Last one. Going to kick from halfway. Evans underneath it, sets himself. I think they'll be pretty happy with that set, Wakefield.
Yeah, just a nod to something John Wilkin was saying pitchside before the game as well. Jay Pitts, you saw a real change in tempo there. Play 3, middle of the set, not doing much. Just that change in tempo and that ability to get on the outside and put Wakefield players in some space.
Nice carry. Short of the 40. The best pass there to Lewis. Lewis will carry the ball, and he's stopped 5 short of the halfway line. Good start for Hull Kingston Rovers, but Wakefield have defended well. And Chella tries to break through. He's wrapped up. And Lewis, the go-to man, going to send this one high as Walmsley backtracking. Is this going to be too deep? He's let it bounce, and thankfully for Walmsley and Wakefield, it bounces in goal, and it'll be a 20-metre 7-tackle restart.
Yeah, as soon as that ball gets above stand height, the wind takes it, doesn't it? It's coming right to left as you look at the screen, as we look at this game. It really carried.
Two wingers take the first two of the set.
Go on, Jesse Sue, marker! Within the 40.
That was a high shot, I think. It was. So a penalty. Reece Martin just got that one a little bit wrong.
And it was the late footwork, wasn't it? Just that late dodge off his left foot back into Reece Martin, caught a lazy arm. Nothing more than a penalty, but the arm just snakes up over the top of the ball. And Wakefield, well, they're going to get a full set here inside Hull KR's half.
They are. The wind is starting to play a part in this opening 15 minutes here. Wakefield have not had much ball over the halfway line. What can they do with it here? Doyle in at dummy half, gets the ball away to Pitts, who finds McMeekin, who will wrestle his way forward. Rovers pack will be keen to keep a close eye on him. McMeekin not happy with that challenge as the ball works its way across, picked up on the bounce by Corey Hall, tries to slice his way through. Doyle leading again at dummy half, finds Russell. Russell will get the ball away. Here they go in motion now. Wakefield, lovely delayed pass. Here could be a chance. There's a big chance and great sliding defence. Keeps out Pratt. 5 away. Wakefield knocking on the door. Lino gets it away to Pitts. They race up on him to close down the space. Last one here. McAlorum slow to get back into the line. They're going to kick high across the field. They're going for Johnstone. Too deep. Just too deep. Right idea, the execution not quite on point.
Yeah, not too much in it there. Tom Johnstone has just indicated to Mason Lino, oh, just take a foot off that, and I'm in, and I don't even have to break stride. But it looks good, doesn't it? The attack looks good, it looks smooth, it looks sharp again when they're in the right areas of the field.
We saw Wakefield last week make great strides down their right-hand side. Ollie Pratt. And it was Russell on his outside. It's Walmsley with him today. You get the feeling they are going to create opportunities for Wakefield. Martin carries the ball. McAlorum and Chella to Lewis. Trying to punch a hole in the middle of that Wakefield defence, but good shot goes in there from Jack Croft. Bit of a sloppy play of the ball. And Chella will take a carry just to settle things down. Last one coming, Lewis calls for it. And Lewis will get it here. Going to send it high. He's going to invite Burgess and Gildart to challenge. And Jowett in the end is well under pressure. But look at that, turning it over once again inside the opponent's 10.
Yeah, good kick chase from Hull KR. The simple things done well can be really effective. You talk about hard carries, these next 2 or 3. This is where they missed the likes of Matty Russell, who was outstanding last week. He doesn't make the side this week. Over 200 metres he made for them, and it's all this sort of stuff as well.
Hall up to the 30. Only a couple of tackles remain in the set.
Mickey's back.
Now going to put boot to ball here. There's a bit of space in behind. He would have wanted a little bit more depth. The chasers are coming, no. And the chasers got there, but they couldn't gather it in. Croft it was who raced onto the kick, just couldn't hang on to it.
Well, there's an example of a ball holding up in the wind. In night levels, when he thought he had that covered, it ended up bouncing a good 15 metres in front of him. And Jack Croft very nearly got there, didn't he? In fact, he got there first, and then it was just that effort from Nye Levels.
4, 5, 6, one more roll.
Croft, who started out in the centres, playing in the back row at the moment.
Loose head in, Mickey. Shot clock off.
Solskjaer will get the ball from the scrum. There's a try scorer, Tom Davis.
First, hands away, Corey. Stay on the 10. Go, Corey, get your hands out.
They're working hard, this Wakefield pack. They're aggressive in defence. They're getting plenty of bodies in the tackle. And they're restricting the Robins meters so far. Sue will pump the legs. And he's brought down his side of halfway. Again, 3 Wakefield defenders stopping the immediate danger. Chella options, showed the dummy. But for a second he could have got the ball away there, but held on to it. Lewis again calls for it. Again he sends it high. Jowett has a look where his try line is. Puts the leg behind. Great play from the fullback. And now he's looking to launch a counter. And he's away and racing. He'll fire the ball out wide to Hall. Hall now racing forward up towards halfway. That was brilliant from Jowett.
Yeah, really well managed, really well anticipated. All the experience of the world. And they could really change the momentum of a game, moments like that.
Had the presence of mind to check where the line was. Get his foot behind the line. And here come Wakefield again.
Yeah, this is the take. Just make sure that standing foot, the rear is grounded. That's the 7 tackle set, the 20-metre restart. We saw how hard those yards were to come by, so you get those for free. Brilliant play.
Yeah, good responses from Wakefield. Fell behind early on. Lino gets it away to Jowett. Jowett gets it away. Good sliding challenge. Couldn't quite find an offload. But Pratt is showing on a set restart. Another set of 6. Walmsley's going to have a carry. He's wrapped up 5 away. Big opportunity for Trinity here. Lino just pops it up. Hamlin-Ueli's met and stopped, but then finds another couple of meters.
It's a big challenge.
Well, he still kept going. Now they'll move it wide. Lino, short pass. Good defence from the Robins. Had to be as well.
Tackle 3. Go third.
Coming back to the centre. Lino turns it back. Trying to find a lazy defender. But there are none at the moment. Now they're going to try with Doyle, who had his legs taken out from underneath him by McAlorum. That was a big stop. They're going towards Lino. Lino's going to dribble the kick through. Was that knocked on? No, it wasn't. He's well picked up. And here goes Lewis. He's got support. Can he get up? No. Burgess on his shoulder. Well, Wakefield's kick was well dealt with by Lewis, and the counter was almost on.
Yeah, bobble kick. Lewis very nearly away. Lachlan Walmsley, crucial involvement defensively. Got back and got the ankle tap. But it's only brief respite for Wakefield. They're straight from attack into defence.
Game is opening up nicely here. It's over the halfway point of the first half.
4. Move Jack!
Hiku wrapped up.
Left tackle off, Jay!
Inside the 30. Last one. Minchella will get it away to Lewis. Lewis goes through the hands. They need to find a pass here. They need to find it. Well, it was a forward pass, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, just taking a look back at Mikey Lewis. Hull KR under pressure at the other end of the field moments ago. It was Mason Lino's kick. Bobbled in the first instance. Referee had said that had gone back. No argument with that one. And then it took a brilliant piece of defensive work from Lachlan Walmsley just to bring Mikey Lewis to the ground.
That's support, but here is the forward pass.
Tackle 1, KR, you've got to stay with it. Wait.
Slow to their feet there. The Wakefield player Doyle.
Move Dean, find us back, Mickey.
Well, it's been end to end. Whitbread on alongside Dean Hadley.
Go third. Yeah, you're good, Jay, you're good.
Works its way up towards the halfway line. Hiku playing in the halves tonight, doing the defending. Good strong carry. And Wakefield back inside Rovers territory. High kick, he's going to hold up on the wind. Evans is going to leave this. Ball well caught by Davis though. Brilliant from Tom Davis.
Yeah, 100% commitment, and he was under all sorts of pressure, wasn't he, from Corey Hall. Did not take his eyes off the ball, made sure he secured that for his teammates.
Full commitment from Davis. Real arm wrestle at the moment. And Wakefield, despite missing A number of key players really turning up defensively here. McIllorum at dummy half, gets it away to Reece Martin. Martin trying to get the arm free. Evalds was in support, but the pass was not forthcoming. And they're going to come short side again with Lewis. Just floats the kick. Jowett waits on his try line, will collect it. Nowhere for him to go. And the tackle is made. It's another set completed by Hull Kingston Rovers, but Wakefield are growing into this game.
They are, but it's rinse and repeat from the Rovers. I think this is the element of patience that Willie Peters has really tried to instill in his side, and particularly in Mikey Lewis as well. He's not going for the wonder play. He's putting Wakefield in corners, making it difficult. These carries now, extremely difficult. Lots of forwards having to get behind the ball.
Now working their way up towards the 40. Now they're looking to put a play on here. Here's Jowett, gets it away. Pratt wrapped up, bumps off Lewis, goes again. And that's the 5th tackle. Lino will get it under pressure, goes high. Davis comes forward. This is going to bounce, and it'll bounce back towards Wakefield, who will bat the ball back. They need to find a kick. Russell finds a kick out wide. It'll bounce once and go over the sideline. And again, from where they started that set, I think Wakefield will be happy with that.
They've done really well, yeah. Good recovery play as well from Ollie Russell.
Play the ball, boys. 2 markers. Mike, I'll have a chat with you, mate. Just not an absolute running commentary of everything that goes on, pal. All right. All right, pal.
It's interesting to see where this first breakdown rather is going to come, because it's very clear Trinity are targeting again their right edge. They favoured it last week. Left edge defence of the Robins. That, of course, is where Mikey Lewis is positioned defensively. And where, if anywhere, Hull KR can break down this resolute, stubborn Wakefield defensive line.
Only the 6 points so far. Busy week of Super League action. Warrington Catalans tomorrow from 7:30 at the Luke Littler Stadium on Sky Sports Action. Hull Wigan tomorrow night on Sky Sports Plus as well. And on Saturday, Salford against Leeds. That should be a cracker. 2:55 on Sky Sports Plus. That followed by Castleford Saints at 7:55. And on Sunday, final game of the round. Lee take on Huddersfield. And that is also on Sky Sports Plus, the Bench Podcast and The Verdict. It's all available on the Sky Sports platform. Jowett again collects the ball, and again he's having to work out from his own end of the field.
Yeah, Wakefield getting no change at all, are they? It is monotonous and repetitive from Hull Kingston Rovers, but it's applying pressure. I'll tell you what, Wakefield will be pleased with the scoreline. They'll be pleased that they're in this game up to their eyeballs. They're trading blow for blow. They're having to do it at the wrong end of the field for the majority of the time, but look, that middle has held together really well.
It has. Here's Pitts. Finds Russell. Plays at the line. And he's wrapped up. Doyle will jump in at dummy half, and this time Croft slow to get to his feet. Just feeling the effects of that tackle, the high kick. Evalds steps forward again. Will catch it on the full. He's penned in the corner. It's another good kick. It's another good chase from Wakefield, who are more than in this game.
Come forward, come forward. Go on. 2. Move Wakefield! Come back. Go. Only get your
Points at a premium here. That's a good run. Well, Bennett was, who races onto the ball. Working the short side with Hiku. One-handed offload, a good offload as well. Finds Litton. Litton gets the ball away. Batchelor cutting forward. He's wrapped up. So Litton into the action a lot earlier than he was last week.
Yeah, and with an immediate reaction as well. Hiku's offload provided the spark.
Short pass to Martin. Good tackle. Stops him. And you know it was. Last one. Here's Lewis. Going to stick a high one up again. Jowett has to come forward. Gets there just in front of Hadley. And the tackle is made.
Well, he's been the equal, hasn't he, to everything Mikey Lewis's boot has had to offer so far.
And Wakefield find a break to get them down the other end. Confirmation that Litton on for McAlorum.
This is the other part of the discipline for Hull Kingston Rovers. So they're finishing sets well, putting Wakefield where they want them, and then to date, squeaky clean by one stray high tackle from Rhys Martin. Other than that, the opening half hour of the game has been perfect from them.
Oh, that was good from McAlorum. Got the ball away. Well, they couldn't find a second pass. And here's Russell now. Will dink the ball over the top. It's going to skip towards the try line. Is it going to have one roll too many? It does. They'll be disappointed with that, Ollie Russell. The ball just skipped away. And instead of penning Rovers in, they get a 20-metre restart.
No, it looked great, didn't it? It looked great for 25 metres and then just kicked on. And a bit of a freebie for Hull KR7. Tackles, as you said.
Good hands out in the middle from McMeekin. Just threatened to break down that Robins defence. Harvey Smith into the action. The youngster. Litton looking to work the centre of the field. Pinch some metres. Almost half an hour gone here. And it's nip and tuck. Two teams looking to make it back-to-back wins at the start of the Super League season. All back on the angle. Good aggressive defence from Trinity here. Here's Lewis. Finds Rhys Martin. Had Gildart outside him, but gets tackled. Here they go. Is Lewis going to run it? Sends a kick high again. He's looking to compete for his own kick. Ball's down on the ground. Referee happy to say play on.
Well, that's the first genuine contest we've seen in the air that Max Jowett has just had the ball pulled away from him, but referee happy to wave play on there. That's a genuine contest in the air. Just a pull forward from Mikey Lewis.
Once again, Willie Peters' side have got Wakefield penned down their own end of the field. Good discipline from the Robins. Now they're going to be tested. Beautiful pass, Lino. Can they find a ball out on this near side? Staunton appeals for a high shot from his Wakefield teammates. Referee happy that the tackle was legal. Lino gets it away. Here's McMeekin. McMeekin with a step. Couldn't find Russell. The pass was on, but he just couldn't find a target. Here's Hall now. Hall in danger of going backwards at the moment. Wakefield pushed the envelope there and they didn't come up with an answer. And now they've got a tricky kick from the sideline. Lino will just aim it low, downfield. Evans races forward, catches it on the full. And he looks to return it with a little bit of interest. Darryl Powell looking on. He'll be proud of the efforts so far, but he'll want some points to show for their efforts, but they're finding chances hard to come by.
And when they are getting them, though, it's all this near side of the field. Mason Lino, Max Jowett, Ollie Pratt. They do look dangerous. They're just missing that final pass, aren't they?
Here the ball now with Minchella. Finds Lewis, short pass, good defence. Brings down Batchelor. Hickey in at dummy half. Finds Minchella. Uses Hadley as a decoy to find Lewis. Miss out pass was a risky one, collected by Burgess. He now looks to slice his way through.
Good
Tackled. Needed to be made. They're broken here though, Wakefield on this near side. Little chip over the top behind Walmsley. And the ball hammered out by Jowett. Wakefield were on the ropes there. And Jowett comes to the rescue.
Yeah, all of a sudden looking really leggy, Trinity. And Jowett's gone for safety first. It's a cute little kick over the top from Jez Litton, isn't it? And Max Jowett's just gone, get it out of here. We live to fight another day.
And a bit of a concern in back play. Jay Pitts, I think, has injured his shoulder. He's not got back on side yet. There he is, Jay Pitts. He's holding that shoulder. They'll be hoping he's okay to carry on.
Oh, absolutely, Willie. He's been really, really impressive for a game and a half almost now. For Trinity Life back in Super League, they go short.
And they come up with it. What an effort. What a play. It's always a risk, but there's a reward for Wakefield. And their line remains intact.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brian Carney's trademarked it, but we'll nick it. Air Johnstone. Take a look at that. Short dropout, regathered. What a pressure-relieving play from Wakefield.
Move now, get this white line and stay. Wait for it. Go.
Here come Trinity again.
4, move together, KR. It's Generals, Jay, you've got to stay, Jay.
Is all this defensive effort going to come back and haunt Wakefield later? Or can they fight back with some points of their own here? Hall looking to offload it, ball's on the ground, it's play on. Referee said it went backwards.
Go 5.
Play to the whistle, and Wakefield do that. High kick, a tester for Evolds. Races, he's dropped it, never in position to take it. A break here for Wakefield. Big moment in this game.
That got big on him quick, didn't it, on Niall Evolds. Came out of the sky. A lot of spin on it from Mason Lino. Here we go, Wakefield. Show us what you've got.
A lot of tired forwards coming back there into the line. They were slow to get back. They were expecting Hull KR to have it. Here's Lino now. Miss out pass finds Pratt. Pratt with a sidestep. Goes back inside the 10. He has made a great start to life in Super League. Brilliant last week, and he's playing really well here tonight. Wakefield looking to level things up just before the break. Pitts goes for it. Pitts drop of the shoulder. Didn't quite have the pace to get through the line, but he's brought down 8 meters away. And Wakefield right where they want to be. McMeekin will carry the charge. He's wrapped up. Big opportunity here. Youngster Smith in at dummy half. Finds Mason Lino. Ball out the back. Walmsley couldn't take it in. And that will be, well, if it wasn't a knock on, his foot was in touch when he tried to pick it up. And once again, Wakefield, having created the opportunity, can't take it. You can see the frustration on Daryl Powell's face.
It's just, look, you can see the idea. It's probably the first misplaced pass from Mason Lino. It's just come too hard and too low for Lachlan Walmsley. Yeah, and the frustration. Come on, Mason, he's saying, because he's been impeccable. His pass selection and his pass quality has been really, really good. That one was too difficult for Lachlan Walmsley to pick up.
And that was a big chance. Can they now defensively turn the screw on the Robins? That's a great effort. Wanganar, son of the great Joe. Defending well in the centre of the field. Litton in at dummy half has certainly added a spark for the Robins.
Jay, get away from the ball!
Hadley takes it forward. Lewis going to change the angle of attack, plan move, but Evolds was wrapped up by McMeekin. Really good read there. And now Lewis will send it downfield. Once again, Jarrett backpedals into his 10, takes it on the full. Thought about throwing the big pass and then runs straight at Litton, and he's tackled 15 off his own line. Big moments here. Someone can prize a try out of this game in the 3 minutes before half time.
Out together, KR! Stay on the mark.
Both sides looking well drilled, well disciplined.
4, move now! Tackle 4, yeah, go.
Here now. Trying to get an offload away was Pitts. 5th tackle. Lino again, the go-to, sends it end over end. This time Evolds sets himself. This time he catches it on the full. And he'll be as relieved as anybody that that error didn't lead to points for Wakefield.
I think that's the watchword of the first 40 minutes, isn't it? Just disciplined and well drilled. I think they're two really good descriptors of what we've seen. No quarter asked nor given. Set completion really high, missed tackles really low. And it is, you feel, going to come down to a moment of brilliance on one side or the other to really prize this game open, because look, I don't think one score is going to win this.
Ball offloaded by Minchella. Here's Hadley. Hadley forward through the middle. Pitch is starting to cut up here. And a quick play of the ball. Here now is Litton. Litton to Lewis. Oh, great read defensively. Really good read there from Pratt, who rags Lewis down to the floor. Last one. Lewis stays on his feet, but he's given away a penalty.
And that's, look, he's the man of steel, is Mikey Lewis, and he has got a target on him from every other player in Super League. And it's because of this. Just bubbling beneath the surface with all that brilliance and all that ability. It's look, just take the tackle. Stop fighting at this point and get a quick play the ball for your teammate. And yes, he does receive a bit of attention from Ollie Pratt, but just that bit of petulance right at the end. That's the one thing that if he can get out of his game, and if Willie Peters can remove from his game, he's going to be a generational talent for OKR. As it stands at the moment, he's just handed possession and position to Wakefield Trinity, and a potential opportunity for them to post some points just before half-time.
Yeah, they're having a look at this upstairs. Mikey Lewis.
Well, it's just a head shove, that's all. I think the foot placement, I think he's just trying to extricate himself from the tackle.
Right, the penalty, he's took it into his own hands and he's lashed out on the ground with his hand. He doesn't need to do it. The tackle's complete. He doesn't need to do that. It's a penalty only. Yeah. Keep him cool.
Penalty only, keep him cool.
Yeah, exactly right. Brilliant piece of advice from the referee.
Is there time? Just over a minute remaining here for Wakefield to level things up. Lino will fire the pass away. Here goes McMeekin. Well, it's been nip and tuck in this opening 40 minutes. Just that kick that bounced off the crossbar kindly for Tom Davis. The difference between the two here.
Go two. It's fine. Two.
Here is Jowett trying to slice his way through. We apologise. Oh, he's lost that. He's lost it. Well, it's a penalty. We apologise for any bad language you may have picked up as tempers start to flare up here.
We've got to take the two here. I think they're probably going to run out of time. In fact, I'd be surprised if Darryl has not already indicated.
Yeah, that's just right. Are we good, Matty?
I think the message has already come on straight away. Kicking tees on. Take the 2 points.
Challenge over, Matty.
It's not a given. The Giant Broadbent was penalised.
Yeah, Jowett back. This is where he's so dangerous. Just out the back with a little bit of space and just too much in the tackle.
There is Darryl Powell. Take the two. Can they narrow the gap here? Well, with points at a premium, goal kicks and penalty kicks could be crucial tonight. And Max Jowett looks to get the Wakefield Trinity side on the board.
The ball might be live.
That's the angle. Looks pretty straightforward. And that, I think, has been helped in narrowly. They all count. Finally, some points for Trinity. Jowett converts the penalty goal after the hooter, but it's been a tight old first 40 minutes here in West Yorkshire. But it's Hull Kingston Rovers that lead at the break. Wakefield Trinity 2, Hull Kingston Rovers 6.
Mark John, thank you very much. Yes, we're at the DIY Kitchen Stadium in Wakefield. Is the home side's return to the big time, and there's just 4 points between them at half-time. A 100th career try for Tom Davis gave Hull KR the lead before Wakefield fought back with that late penalty. The thoughts of John Wilkin and Casimir Tigers head coach Danny Maguire after this.
Sporting events in the world of rugby league.
It's getting fiery here. Big moment, and they're in.
Away he goes. He's brilliant.
Sensational try for the corner. Can you believe it?
You do not go anywhere. Strap yourself
nothing.
9 days to go before the Betfred Super League goes to the entertainment capital of the world to join the Canberra Raiders and New Zealand Warriors, the Gillaroos against the England women's side, and the Panthers against the Cronulla Sharks. You won't miss a minute of the action with us on Sky Sports from 8:30 p.m. next Saturday night. Well, of course, before that, they've got their obligations in round 2 of the Betfred Super League tomorrow at the newly renamed Luke Littler Stadium. The Wolves host the Catalan Dragons. We're on air on Sky Sports Action for that one at 7:30 p.m. 5 to 8 at tomorrow night as well for Hull FC against the champions Wigan. Doubleheader on Saturday, again Sky Sports Plus for that. 2:55 p.m. Salford against Leeds, and Castleford St Helens will follow that. The round ends on Sunday at the Lee Sports Village with the visit of the Huddersfield Giants. We are in Wakefield, and Wakefield are back in the big time, and they trail by just 4 at half-time against Hull Kingston Rovers. I say just 4 because the first half was dominated by Willie Peters. Almost everywhere it felt, Danny Maguire watching it, almost everywhere but the scoreboard.
Yeah, they definitely won their territory back at Hull KR. Very disciplined performance, I think. Very good kicking game, just dominated territory for the majority of the first half there. But you've got to compliment Wakefield. You've got to, you know, the word that springs to mind is gritty. They were really gritty, they hung in there, and they got the just rewards at the end there, and we've got a game on here.
They were what Castleford were last week against Hull Kingston Rovers, and they needed to be because there was an onslaught they had to deal with early in the game that led to Tom Davies' try.
Yeah, but Danny nailed it with territory. There was a real accuracy and consistency to Mikey Lewis's kicking game. He was very consistent. This is aimed at the posts, or even just near to the posts. It creates indecision and doubt whether it's going to hit it. It does hit the crossbar, and Tom Davies, an excellent reaction from him, but a stunning kicking performance from Mikey Lewis.
I thought Hull KR were really controlled and disciplined with their last plays. I thought Mikey, you know, he had real good control. Jez Litton, when he came on at the back end there, you know, the players do practice them kicks, they aim for the post, and Tom Davies in the right place at the right time.
And I thought, that aside, Wakefield really dealt with everything fantastically well. I thought they defended a lot of what Hull KR threw at them. So Mikey is often resorting to just boxing that kick into the corner and just waiting for Wakefield to make a defensive error, but they didn't.
What Wakefield weren't able to do was put really enough pressure on Hull Kingston Rovers, and a lot of that was because of relatively poor kicking game.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Brian. I think, you know, the half-back's job is to kick the ball well. You know, you've got a few jobs as a half-back, but kicking the ball is one of the most important roles within the team, and I just don't think Wakefield delivered there. Lino and Russell were very inconsistent with their last plays.
Yeah, I just think it looked rushed. It didn't have the composure of Mikey Lewis. Maybe too many variations of different kicks and kicking from bad positions. This one runs dead, gives Hull KR a 7-tackle set. But wasn't it ironic that if kicking was the bad part of Wakefield's game, it was a midfield bomb, and we were up there watching it going, oh no, because the wind caught this, it drifted from 9 levels, ended up in a mistake. Now here's the rub. What's great for Wakefield is whenever they've moved the ball, they've challenged Hull KR, and especially on this right edge. Wakefield's right edge has had joy going near Mikey Lewis.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan of the centre, Ollie Pratt. I think he's going to be a player in the future, and they seem to be looking around Reece Martin, around Mikey Lewis. We had some joy there last week, and it seems to be where Wakefield will go in tonight.
All the P's, we got points for Wakefield that came from petulance from Mikey Lewis, and then a penalty for the home side.
Yeah, and I just think we saw a real maturity in Mikey, man of steel last year, and look, he doesn't need to even get involved. He's going to get ragged.
He's getting ragged.
Well, you'd try and wind him up. Well, it's this bit of petulance gives a penalty away. I like that Mikey didn't react to any of the afters, but what it did was it gave Wakefield some field position. Hey, Max Jowett, how good's he been, by the way?
I think he's been outstanding. I thought it was brilliant last week against Leeds, and the composure here under pressure to obviously get the 2 points to keep us in that. You know, it's a real ball game now, the second half.
You would have to say, for Darryl Powell addressing his side at half-time, great win last week at Headingley. We're very much in this game. 4 points is nothing in the Betfred Super League.
You know, I think he'll be delighted, I really do, and I think he probably would have expected a Hull KR onslaught, a real aggressive start from Hull KR. We got that, but he'll be really proud that his players hung in there, and they're well in this game.
Both coaches will be happy. Willie Peters got the start he wanted. Darryl Powell's got a competitive performance. performance. Wakefield, move the ball. You've got a chance here.
And we have got a game here at Wakefield on Sky Sports as we open up round 2 of the Betfred Super League. It's a new stadium, a new environment here at Trinity, and the side are delivering on the field. They've got 40 minutes to drag themselves back in front in this game and maybe seal a special win. It's the big weekend of sport with us here on Sky Sports. We've got ICC Champions Trophy Cricket, Australia, England, 8:30 a.m. on Saturday on Sky Sports Cricket. And that'll be followed by the EFL Championship action between Sunderland and Hull. Sunderland hoping to bounce back from that thrilling defeat to Leeds midweek. That's at 11 a.m. Saturday Night Football, Villa, Chelsea. Then Super Sunday is Newcastle, Nottingham Forest. All starts at 1 p.m. on Sky Sports Premier League and is followed by Man City, Liverpool at 4. Well, we're at the halfway point here at Wakefield. Trinity against the Robins. And the stats at half-time show the majority possession for Hull KR, but a very high completion rate for the home side. And errors that will disappoint Willie Peters, 7 in total, contributing to just that 4 points difference between the two of them. Plot away for Wakefield, Danny Maguire, if you would, into the lead and towards a victory in this game.
I just think they've got to keep doing what they're doing. I think they've got to stay gritty, they've got to defend well. You know, I think Hull KR are throwing lots of shape, and obviously they've got some big forwards. Hull KR is going to wear on them later on, but I just stay in the grind and it'll come, opportunities will come.
Yeah, move the ball. Every time you've moved the ball, threatened Mikey Lewis.
And they have looked to move.
Yeah, they've been ambitious with the ball. It's what I loved about the performance in round 1. I'm loving it here again tonight. They're going to have to score points, obviously, to get past Hull KR, and they can do it if they just believe.
The biggest threat then for Hull KR is what? In their own side, in their own performance.
You know, I feel like Mikey's probably the biggest threat there. If he does lose his head and doesn't stay composed, then you could potentially hurt Hull KR. You know, Elliot Minichella's stepping up onto the ball a lot. He's got a lot of experience and he's guiding the team around. But Hull KR have got threats all over the field, and I'm sure if they remain composed, they'll get opportunities. But you've got to admire Wakefield's grit.
It's a different Wakefield Trinity side. There is Matt Ellis from the Ellis family, the new owners of Wakefield Trinity. They took charge as Wakefield went into the championship following their relegation from the Betfred Super League. They have transformed this club. Having walked around the stadium today, it is unrecognisable. And the side on the field, well, it's built to make a difference. Let's get to Jenna, standing by with the captains. Jenna.
Yeah, Elliot Minchella, Hull KR captain alongside me. Thank you for your time. You had a lot of the ball in that first half. Is there a sense that perhaps there should be more points on the board?
No, look, we just need to be patient, especially with the team we've got out tonight. It's just going to be a grind them out, and we're going to back our D in the second half. But yeah, we stay patient, keep doing what we're doing, get tender sets and back our D.
Go get them, Elliot. Thanks for talking to us. We've got Mike McMeekin, captain of Trinity here. A sense that momentum was really changing the back end of that half. Did the break come at the worst possible time?
Yes and no. Obviously, the half-time gave us a bit of time to reflect on what was going well and what we need to work on. We just got to continue that momentum into the second half.
Daryl happy?
Yeah, more of the same. Obviously, we want to start better than what we did, but finish like we did the first half, sorry.
I know that you were getting treatment. Is everything okay?
Yeah, all good. Perfect.
Good luck. Thanks. Let's get back to our commentators, John Wells and Mark Wilson.
Cheers, Jenna. Daryl Pyle happy at half-time, says Mike McMeekin. Great to hear from both captains. Willie Peters back in his defence to get the job done here. Might get a few more points in the second half, John Wells, but they're going to be hard-earned, whoever gets them.
Yeah, you just get the feeling that the game is probably going to pop open at some point. The amount of work both of these sides have got through in defence is something to behold. I'm looking through the same stats as the guys are down there, and I look at 4 errors only from Wakefield. That's been a really good return for them. Really, really cute with the ball.
They get first use of that ball in the second half here. Can they execute a little bit better in this second half? Fanganar with a big drive to get Trinity on the front foot here. Short pass to McMeekin. Another big game for him. Here's Pitts. Takes one straight up the middle. The carry, Manganai's head rocked back in the tackle there. Strong, aggressive defence from the Robins. They're going to Lino to send it high, inviting Evolds in towards contact as well, takes it straight to the ground. Not a bad first set for Wakefield.
No, and an introduction as well for Josh Rourke. He looks like he's taking his place in the left centre. Close season signing from the London Broncos. Impressed, didn't he, in that spell, the second half of the season down south.
Well, he's on for Corey Hall, we believe, and there was a rumour earlier on that Corey perhaps a little bit under the weather, so maybe that one an enforced change for Daryl Powell, but...
Yeah, not 100%, but I tell you what, this kid can play. He is a real footballer, is Josh Rourke.
We saw him pick up a few Player of the Match awards on Sky Sports for the Broncos last year. Here's Lewis, kicks downfield. Jowett this time got a little bit of breathing room. We'll bring it up to the 20. Before the violet shirts converge on him and make the tackle. Well, the guys were talking, weren't they, about promoted sides earlier on. We've seen Lee and Hulkinson Rovers have great success, and the signs are, look, it is early days, but the signs are that Wakefield are going to be very competitive back in the top flight.
Oh, they're not here to make up the numbers, are they? I mean, look, the stadium is unrecognisable. It's been transformed on the pitch. I mean, they're just good to watch, good on the eye.
He's good on the eye, isn't he? What a player this fella promises to be. Oliver Pratt, another half break for him, and Wakefield all of a sudden are on a roll over the halfway line. This is the last one. Can they put some pressure on Evolds and Co at the back? Lino lines him up, sends it high, and it should be caught on the full, and it is. Evolds will turn the ball inside here to Burgess. He's wrapped up, but another good Wakefield set, and well, we're going to be talking about Oliver Pratt quite a lot, I think, this season, based on the opening game and a half he's had so far.
I would imagine great footwork, great balance, strong in the tackle. And just look at the two fullbacks. I think the roles are going to be reversed this half, and the Jowett is going to be able to run onto these balls. Niall Evolds is going to find himself pinned under them. We know that wind is still gusting from right to left.
Minchella finds Hadley. Runs at McMeeking and Pitts, centre of the field. Last one, they're going to have to kick from inside their own half again. Lewis arrows the kick, gets a nice bounce. Jowett did well to stick an arm out to collect that, and he will run it back. And it's second half started as the first one ended. Each side trading set for set. Oh, we had a double helping of Golden Point in round one. You have to say you wouldn't rule it out here, would you?
No, you wouldn't. No, I'm just looking and seeing who's going to blink first here, because both teams are going out. Wakefield just look like they're more willing to play at the moment.
They do. McMeeking couldn't get the arm free there, though. Harvey Smith's made a good start, and here he is, ducking under a couple of tackles. He's wrapped up, has to play the ball. Here now is Lino on the front foot. That is a high kick. A real tester for Evolds, and the pressure coming. And he got filled in as he got it. Pratt got to him, and he didn't miss. And Evolds felt that one, and he is slow to get to his feet.
Pratt has navigated round Joe Burgess. And is there a question there of contact? Well, there's been nothing made of that, and everybody gets to play on. But I tell you what, Niall Evolds isn't looking 100%.
I'm not surprised. He's letting in at dummy half. Bubbling up nicely. Defence is on top. Who can provide the attacking flair? There is Evolds, just shaking his head. Good run from Hadley. Last one, though. And again, Lewis kicks from his side of the halfway line. Jowett again will collect on the full. Looks to change the angle of attack as he makes it to John Stone, who's tackled on the 20. Good chase again from the Robins. Nice change of angle there, but this time it's Broadbent delivering the big shot on Rourke. We saw them attack the centre of the field, Wakefield, last week. They haven't quite been able to do that here. But Meakin again leading the Wakefield charge. Here now is another of the new signings, Caius Fatili. He's wrapped up on half wires. Lino goes high again. Evalds can hear the boots thundering down the field, but this time he's got a little bit of room, and he offers a pass and a good carry, but good defence on Davis. This is on a knife edge, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, look, the creaking, both sides are creaking, but crucially for both coaches, defensive mechanism, defensive organisation means that it's remained intact for now. You can see fatigue just starting to creep in on both sides.
Set restart for Hull Kingston Rovers.
Yeah, this could be significant. Big minute in defence for Wakefield.
Yeah, Litton looking around, poised to strike. Is that a knock-on? No, Hadley held on to it, needed to. Here's Hiku, fancies a tilt at the line. Well, this is a rare attacking opportunity here in good ball for Hull Kingston Rovers. Minchella finds Lewis. Out the back he goes to Evell. Just put the brakes on, tries to bump off one. 15 away when he goes to ground. Wakefield trying to slow things down. Lewis gets it away to Litton. Pops it up Minchella. Goes it alone towards the 10. Big couple of tackles here for Wakefield. They've got numbers left, Hull KR. They've got numbers left. It's a set restart. Litton is going to jump out himself. He's going to jump out himself, but finds the door closed. So back-to-back infringements from Wakefield. Our Rovers about to make them pay. Minchella finds Lewis. Lewis goes to short line. Last-ditch tackle there. Just enough to bring down Martin. Couple of metres away. They're going for the big hit. Fatili makes the tackle on the line. Litton poised. Which way is he going? He's coming right. Gets the ball away. There were hands in, and that's a penalty. Ball knocked down. Well, it's a simple 2 points that opens up a 6-point lead, but that's 3 successive penalties, John Wells. What would you be doing here?
Yeah, well, I was just about to say I would be taking the 2. I mean, they've found openings very, very hard to come by. It looks really pretty from Hull KR. They get themselves in some great shape, but they've been repelled at every turn. Yeah, it's a cynical move, isn't it? And Mike McMeekin has just killed the play there. Probably knew what he was doing, could probably feel that his team were redlining in defence. That maybe there was somebody coming through the front door very, very shortly. And so Reece Martin gets another opportunity in a really favourable position to improve his 2025 kicking average. Never thought I'd say that. And restore that 6-point lead.
Yeah. 100% this weekend. Right in front, he'll go through the same process here. This for a 6-point advantage. No mistake. He's up late, isn't he? Supporting the Robins.
Good on you. And there's a fair journey home as well to come as well. Joe, I love seeing the amount of fans in this ground and the amount of passion on display. We've seen it everywhere we've been, haven't we? Saw it over at Hull KR last week, Headingley on Saturday, again this evening, full stadia, people in full voice, people fully invested in what they're seeing. Great to watch.
Great sight. Long may it continue as well, and if the start of the season's anything to go by, there's going to be plenty of competitive Super League action to come. Half an hour remaining, 6 points in it. Wakefield have just had to do an extended spell of defending. They've got a little bit more to do here. Litton to Davis. Here now is Litton. Litton scoots forward another 10.
such a point of difference, isn't he, when he comes on the field? Really injects some spark into that dummy half.
Hadley, safety first from the Robins.
Kick pressure.
Lewis will send it high across the field. Walmsley's back. Will collect it on the full. Now he can fly, but he's wrapped up. Good chase again from the Robins. I think Fartilli is in the kick chase, might have injured himself. He's still down the other end, and he's holding his, I don't know if it's his wrist or not, but he doesn't look in good shape at the moment, Caius Fartilli.
I think he just caught the stray boot, the back end of the kick from the follow-through from Mikey Lewis. Here they go, Wakefield on the spread. Johnstone ducks inside, but he's wrapped up. Good piece of anticipatory defence there from Broadbent.
Yeah, he's been aggressive, hasn't he, tonight? Working the short side again, but that's high. That will help Wakefield. Rourke with a step.
Just done him. Found a back rower, sat on a short side, and just used a bit of a burst of pace. Got on the outside, drew the penalty. James Batchelor acknowledges his mistake to his teammates. That's a real pressure relief for Wakefield. They've been under the blowtorch for the last 5 minutes or so.
Batchelor, 96 appearances for Wakefield. As here come Trinity. A chance for them. Good first carry. Meakin, short pass. Fartilli pumps the legs. So shaken off that knock. Ball now with Lino, short pass, probing that right-hand side. They wanted a penalty, they're not going to get one. Here now is Lino. Fartilli goes again, backing his way forward. One-handed collect. Here now is Russell out the back, fires a pass wide, and he goes! Tom Johnstone, another flying finish, and Wakefield this time execute, and it's here Johnstone right on cue. Wakefield 6, Hull Kingston Rovers 8.
Brilliant finish from Wakefield. Took the opportunity, but I tell you what, take a look at the pass from Max Jowett in the build-up to this try. It is a thing of beauty under all sorts of pressure, and Matt Ellis is a very, very happy boy because his Wakefield Trinity are within 2 points of the grand finalists from last year. Here's the penalty that led to the field position. Nice work from Josh Rourke to draw that penalty, but take a look at this catch and pass. That is outstanding stuff. Outstanding stuff from Max Jowett. And Tom Johnstone, well, that's an easy finish in his book. What a brilliant catch and pass. Did not have to think, trusted his winger was going to be in the position that he should be, and he gets an ovation. Not quite a standing ovation from Daryl Powell, but a big round of applause, and why not? There's your try scorer. We've got a 2-point ball game, and Jowett gets the opportunity now to level the scores from the touchline. This game has come to life.
Yeah, Tom Johnstone had a great spell with the Dragons, but he's back on home soil, back where it all started for him. And the tries, you feel, will flow. A big kick then for Jowett. New deal this week. Coach singing his praises. Can he level us up here? Tough kick. Thousands looking on, hoping this one goes over. He strikes it really well. What a kick that is. Never in doubt. Wakefield 8, Hull Kingston Rovers 8, and the game right in the melting pot.
Oh, that was outstanding conversion from the touchline. But take a look at the build-up play. Here is Jowett, catch, pass. Get out of here. No one can defend that. That's a brilliant piece of attacking play. A great finish from Johnstone, and we're all square.
We are indeed. And now here goes Fartilli again, wrapped up by the Robins, who've just had a warning here. There's the ball, they're looking to run it again here. Jowett gets the ball away. This time they wrap up Pratt on that far side. But there's an adventure about Wakefield. They're perfectly prepared to back their skill whenever they get the opportunity. There it is again. Another offload and another bright talent in Harvey Smith, who's setting this game alight right now. Well, you'd never know that Wakefield are missing so many frontline players here, because the 17 on display are turning it on. As Lino looks for support, he had it, he couldn't find the pass. But Wakefield is starting to go through the gears now. They're going to stand up a high kick. This, oh, it could be going out on the full. It is an error that spoils a really good set from Wakefield.
It's the first error from Jowett as well. He's just got too much on that, off the side of his boot. Out by about 5 meters in the end. But that try, that last passage of play has really engaged this home support now. This sizable home support.
Well, how did that ball reach Litton? Well, it did reach Litton, and Davis is over the halfway line. And now Litton has got the Robins on a roll here. Looking for a quick play of the ball. Broadbent fires himself into the attack. The game really has sprung to life. That Wakefield try has sparked the Robins into action. 20 away. Still got tackles in hand here. The ball now works its way into the hands of Suaso Su. 15 out. Kalepi Tanganoa has come into the action against his former club. He'll offer some strike out wide.
Set up on the right here, strike play.
Here they go now. Ball back for Lewis. Lewis going straight through the middle. What a try! Has he got it down? He thinks he has, but it might have come at a cost for Mikey Lewis, who is clutching that leg. Well, he ran it in like a prop forward there, but has he paid the price? A big decision, but a worrying moment for Willie Peters and Hull Kingston Rovers. This may well have come at a cost. It's a try on the field, but Willie Peters looks worried.
Try on field. Was checking round the ball first time.
Okay, tackle 4, we've got an on-field call for try. So moving towards the goal line at this point. A loose sight of the ball there. That doesn't give me much. Can I get something from the corner, please? This will do us. So falling towards the goal line at this point. Ball still up, and he's still in possession of the ball. That stays in his hand. And the ball is grounded. I made my decision.
Well, a pretty straightforward decision for our video referee tonight. For the fourth successive game, Mikey Lewis is over for a try. They're enjoying it, but there will be hearts in mouth because Mikey Lewis looks in a world of pain.
Yeah, it looks like an ankle injury. He's picked up in the act of scoring. Look, he's going to get strapped up and he's going to try and continue, but you can see he's in real discomfort. And for a man who bases his game, his running game around pace, around speed, that's a worry. Here's the break. That's from Davis out from the hands of Jez Litton. And you see a retreating Wakefield defence. They were never really able to regain their equilibrium. And back on the inside to Mikey Lewis, gets the bumpers up, grounds the ball, but it's the ankles. It's wrapped up in the tackle. It's the other end of that body that I'm interested in. The try has been awarded, but where is that ankle? Where is that ankle gone? He's coming back. He's heavily strapped, but I tell you what, I can't see him finishing this game. He's in all sorts.
Well, Willie Peters might well have a big decision to make about his man of steel. Reece Martin looking to tag on another 2 here. The quick-fire tries at either end of the field. This to nudge 6 points in front. Strike is a good one. Rovers lead by 14 points away. Mikey Lewis picked up an injury. Let's get down to pitch side. Jenna Brooks.
Yeah, it looks like he's staying out, which is good news for Hull KI. It looks like he's in a lot of pain, however. I can tell you, we know that Jake Truman was ruled out of this game just before kickoff with a sickness bug. It looks like Corey Hall has gone down with the same sickness bug. He won't be back tonight. Good news, however, there he is there. Good news, we keep saying a sizable crowd. It couldn't be any bigger. It is 8,065, a sellout. That is capacity. It's also the biggest crowd since 2008, which was, of course, the very first £1 million game against Castleford.
Cheers, Jenna. Full house. Great to see in the Super League. And two teams who are laying it down here. The attack starting to come more to the fore in the second half. But it is very much still game on here. Lewis is still hobbling around. I wonder how long they will give him here, John.
Yeah, it's an interesting question because it's a one-score lead and we've just seen what Wakefield are capable of.
Another crunching tackle, this time on Minchella. He got his leg trapped underneath him there as well, and he's feeling it. Well, this is becoming a real battle now. And he's holding his lower leg. He just got twisted over on himself.
Yeah, it looked awkward. It looked really awkward, didn't it? No foul play. I mean, Mikey is having something to say about it. But it's just as the grabbing action, the player goes over the top. Mike McMeekin folds him. It just that leg that folds in an unnatural position. Well, I'll tell you what, if you were to try and single out two players who was as influential on that Robin side, you would look no further than Elliot Minchella and Mikey Lewis, and both at the moment are walking wounded.
Right. Yeah, quarter remains here.
Just wait, I'll review it.
Did they DIY Kitchen Stadium?
Yeah.
I think they are going to have a look at this one upstairs.
Right, the incident's going on report.
Oh, it's on report.
Possibility of dangerous contact. No green
Says
card.
Jack
Tackle
Smith.
5. Tackle 5. Let's go. Time back on.
We play on. Here is Litton kicking high towards Jowett. Collects it on the full. Will head off and tackled. Minchella's in there with a defensive effort.
Tackle 1. Stay here. Go. How many railers down, sir?
Well, Minchella's struggling, but I'm keeping an eye here as a penalty's been given. I'm looking here at Mikey Lewis. I'd be surprised if he stays on the field much longer. It's just a high shot, just a connection. I think the high shot was the initial offence. But they're taking a big risk here for two reasons. One, longer-term damage to the man of steel and their playmaker. And two, I mean, he's going to be a target now for the rest of the game. They're doing the best at the defensive line to keep him hidden.
Well, knock-on won't help on tackle one. Hamlin O'Ellie it is who spilled the ball. Now, he has got a captain's challenge here if he wants to use it. And I think he is going to use it.
Tom, there's a captain's challenge by Wakefield. Wakefield are challenging the ruling of a knock-on lost on impact into the man.
Okay, captain's challenge from Wakefield. Wakefield are challenging the decision of a knock-on. So, into contact. Ball appears to come loose at that point, but needs to double check. That ball looks to be lost. I just want to see something to check the right arm of Batcho.
Let him deal with it.
Is it lost or was it pulled out?
So something from the gantry. That'll do us. So back into contact on this.
Well, there's a point to be made here.
This will do us. Into contact. There's no pull. The ball comes out on collision. challenge unsuccessful.
Well, I was going to say if it's inconclusive, but he's decided that is conclusive evidence that that has been a lost ball.
Challenge is going to be unsuccessful.
Are you surprised by that?
I am, yeah.
Got no challenges remaining. Time back on.
We still wait for a successful captain's challenge.
They'll get one.
The wait goes on.
Somebody will get one at some point.
When
in
you
the
got
next
in
2 weeks.
October?
No challenges, mate, okay?
It was worth challenging, I think. It was worth challenging because of where they were on the field. Clearly, Hamlin thought that that ball had been ripped.
Ball's out.
Here now come the Robins.
Hold. Go. Get your hands away, Caleb.
All over halfway, there's a hushed silence around us. Feeling this is a big passage of play in this game. Can the Robins open up a 2-score lead? Litton jumping out of tackles, feeds the ball away. Up and inside the 30. Wait for that to do a lot of defending of their own line in that first half. Here's Sue. Runs at Fartilli, makes the tackle.
He's well managed though, hasn't he? He's been well managed there. This will be a slow play, the ball.
Litton picks up one-handed, scoots out a dummy half. It was a drop goal that won it last week. Still a long time to go yet here. And they're going to go to Lewis, who floats the kick up. It's going to be a contest on the line. Great catch, really good catch. Brilliant from Walmsley, but he's going in goal. He's going in goal. Big moment.
There's no opportunity to call held.
And that's the harsh reality, isn't it? The catch, the mechanics of the jump, the leap, securing the ball was brilliant, but there's the final piece of the jigsaw there. Get down to ground and get yourself safe. And they do a really good job. Reece Martin, just you see the arms, it's almost got underhooks on him to make sure that he can't get to ground, waits for reinforcements. You talked about significant passages of play.
Will they go short again? They are going short again. Here comes Tom Johnson. No, he couldn't get it. He got his hands on it, but he couldn't take it in. And a gamble now that might be about to cost Wakefield dearly.
Too much, the knock on in the air. It's going to be a scrum.
Referee's given a scrum advantage because the infringement happened 10 yards further down the field.
And they've opted for a centre field scrum as well.
Shot clock on.
I would normally say your indicator is Mikey Lewis, but he's on one leg.
Yes, a scrum.
So Petter Hiku, Jez Litton, Niall Evans, take a look where they are.
1, 2, 3. At the back, make sure we're in, Max.
There's a nervous moments for the Wakefield coach.
You wonder the time ticking down. Can Wakefield afford to concede again? Ball here with Hiku. Hiku throws the dummy. Got a try last week. Denied here. Ball works its way to Minchella. Looks to be moving okay. Batchelor drives it forward. 12 out from the Wakefield line here. Wakefield have been gutsy in defence. How much juice is left in the tank? Ball back to Tanganoa. Bodies on the line. Get your body in front. Anything to stop the Robins here. There's a ball now with Minchella. Gets it away to Hiku. Finds out the back. Here's Gildart. Gildart's going to be wrapped up. Wakefield rushing in, but they can't get him over the sideline. Still time for Rovers to add to their lead. Here is Hiku. Gets it away to Litton. Litton into the line, finds Sue. Sue looking to offload. Did well to hang on, then lost it. Then he has lost it. And Wakefield's defence, credit to them, has stood up.
No, it's been a superhuman effort at times from Wakefield. Suaso Sue, one of the more devastating ball runners in Super League. He just bobbled a little before he made contact, didn't it? And then Isaiah Vangenaert, just the contact, the attention that he put on Suaso Sue, forced that mistake.
Numbers in. 1, 2, 3. 5. Tommy in.
That was a chance for Rovers. They didn't take it.
Ball's out.
Here's Walmsley.
First. Move Reese. Square Ollie Reese. Oh, no.
It's the first of another bumper week of rugby league action. Warrington Catalans at the Luke Littler Stadium tomorrow, 7:30 live on Sky Sports Action. Hull Wigan live on Sky Sports Plus 7:55. On Saturday, another doubleheader. Salford take on Leeds 2:55, and Castleford entertain St Helens at 7:55. Both those games live on Sky Sports Plus. As on Sunday, will Lee against Huddersfield. 2:25 there as Wakefield look to attack from deep.
Ooh, big contact. Heavy, fair contact from Petahiku. Jay Pitt's back on the field. He'll probably see the rest of this game out now. They've missed a little bit of fluency, haven't they, around that middle third of the field in attack.
Well, here it is again, the hit on Rourke. Bang. High kick goes up. Evalds underneath it. Catches it. Looks to launch forward, but he's well wrapped up. Now, can Wakefield put the squeeze on defensively here? It's a good carry. Davis got the opening try, the 100th of his career tonight. Landmark night for him. He'll want it to be in a winning effort, and he's not happy with something that went on in that tackle. He's holding the back of his head here.
I think he's claiming there was a crusher tackle. And Tom Davis gives everything. He's full-blooded, isn't he? Every time he runs at the line, he tries to break that line. So it's just an awkward chance. He gets sat down. Do you know what? I'm not sure there's an awful lot Ollie Russell can do about that. He's backed in as Tom Davis, and he's actually sat down. It's just one of those kind of rugby incidents. I think it'd be harsh if this was penalised.
It's this last little bit here, isn't it?
Yeah, he regains his feet and then reverses and sits down. There's very little Ollie Russell can do there. The defenders do have a duty of care.
Just wait, lads. No, he's
but I think you'll put that down to a rugby incident.
Well, there's a handshake between the two players that is received by Davis, and another one that's going on report here. And we carry on with the play of the ball. Darryl Powell looks in disbelief. 13 to go. Rovers looking to go back to back. Ray Hargreaves carries forward. Eventually succumbs on the halfway line. Bit of a lash out there, the play of the ball. Van Ganar on the receiving end of the would-be lash out there. Last one. Wakefield hanging on, clinging on. Lewis with that boot heavily strapped, kicks downfield. Jowett with the footwork gets past one, but can't get past 2 and 3.
Oh, a lovely piece of footwork to evade the chase from Niall Evalds. That was a really well-timed chase. This is a good carry as well from Lachlan Walmsley, trying to inject a bit forward momentum for Trinity.
Up to the 40 they go. When do they gamble? He'd love something to get them out, and now they get an offload away. Here's McMeekin, who too will be looking to promote the ball. Works his way over halfway as Russell just got clattered into by Hamlin Ueli there. Doyle finds Pitts, who plays to Lino. Ball over the top, finds Pratt. Pratt got defenders backing off him. Slices through one, dragged down, eventually 20 away. Last one for Wakefield. Are they about to strike here? Ball into the hands of Lino. He's going back down that short side. Pressure on Lewis. They get up above Lewis. Ball is knocked back, and it's regathered by the Robins. And Lewis, that's it. He's done. He's off the field.
That's really smart positional play from Evalds. He anticipated the kickback. And that's confirmation. Lewis is done. He soldiered on as best he could. Gave his team what he could. But his night's finished.
McAlorum back out there. Here is Hiku. So no Tyrone May, now no Mikey Lewis for the Robins.
Jez Litton goes into the half-back role.
One more score might do it for Willie Peters' side. As Litton looks to kick from inside the 40. Jowett is back, will collect it on the full. Looks to launch an attack from deep within his own half. Well, there hasn't been more than a score between them all night, and that's the way as we're going towards the last 10.
That's another good carry from Walmsley, and a quick play the ball as well. Johnson on the front foot, dances inside one. He's carrying tackles towards the halfway line.
You feel that right edge, if they can get Pratt through a gap, might be decisive. As McMeekin, how good has he been tonight? Again, 43 tackles, 3 offloads, busy night. Here's Lino, ball back on the angle. The sliding defence is good enough. Last one. Now it's the left edge who are calling for it. Lino sits back. Can he get a kick away? He's going to run it on the last, and that was a gamble that never really looked to be on. And Wakefield cough up possession on the 20-metre line.
Yeah, they just didn't quite execute well enough, did they? I thought Reece Martin had done well. Yeah, he didn't miss his assignment, did he, Reece Martin? You could see he was perhaps telegraphed a little bit from Wakefield.
Come back. Time off, yeah.
Reece Martin, who's 3 from 3 off the kicking tee tonight, and well, those 3 kicks at the moment, the difference between the 2 teams.
Someone in at half, Mickey. Let's go.
It's been a real tough encounter. What a great opening week or so it's been to the Super League season. Every game live again on the Sky Sports platform. Can Rovers finally put Wakefield to bed?
Go.
Tanganoa, great carry. Not what you want to see when you're a tired body, seeing Tanganoa fresh off the bench racing at you. Minchella gets it away. Bachelor wrapped up. We'll play it now, 30 away. Here's Hiku. Hiku always a threat, running the ball. 15 away. Some tired looking Wakefield defenders now. Last one. Litton's down the short side. McAlorum will feed Litton. Litton's going for it, fires a miss out past Davis, flicks it out the back, but out into touch it goes. Wakefield survive. You can't fault the effort and the commitment of this Trinity defence.
Absolutely not. Nobody ever was, were they? They get to restart play, but they've got a long way to go, and they've got just over 8 minutes to do it in.
Well, we saw a bit of a gamble on that last play of the last set. They're running out of time now, 8 minutes remain.
No, you look at the line speed here. This is Hull KR are putting everything into this set. That's 2 meters from 2 plays.
Bone-crunching challenges, rope wrapped up. Now they're going to run it. Now they're going through the hands. Now they get it wide to Pratt. Pratt thought he was going to flick that away. No high challenge. Much to the angst of the Wakefield fans in that Neil Fox NBA stand. Great carry over the halfway line, but this is the last one. So to get to their feet, they're not done yet, Wakefield, but they could do with a helping hand. Evalds underneath the high ball. Catches it nicely.
Right, this has got to be a massive set in defence now for Wakefield. They've really got to work out any ounce of energy they've got it to inject into defence. That's a good run from Burgess.
Time ticking by, but as we saw last weekend, it's not over till it's over, and there's still plenty of time remaining. Another good carry. They're starting to get their heads through tackles here, Hull Kingston Rovers. They're starting to win the territory battle now. Can Wakefield summon the strength from within? Or are Rovers about to land the knockout blow? Litton goes high. Who's going to challenge for it? Rovers challenge for it, and they're going to go to ground 10 off the line. They're turning it over on their own terms right now.
Yeah, they don't have to win this again, Willie Peters' men. They've got to do exactly this. Front load their energy in defence, what little they've got left. Look at that for line speed. Negative meters for Lachlan Walmsley, and they'll go again here. It'll be a slow play to ball, and Walms is injured himself in that tackle. It was ferocious.
Well, he's holding his knee, and this, well, he's going to try and get up, but I think he just needs to take a moment here.
Can you give it someone else to play the ball, Lachlan? Time off.
Yeah, it just looked awkward, didn't it? Folded by the Robins defence. I don't know what's worse, the neck or the leg. A rueful look from Darryl Powell. because this is a Wakefield side that have had opportunities. They have shown grit and spirit in abundance, haven't they? Just that clinical finishing, that cutting edge that they've lacked. All but for the try of Tom Johnstone, which was brilliantly provided by Jowett and brilliantly finished by the wingman. They found openings few and far between. That's large. I think you do credit the Hull KR defence. It has been dogged, rugged, and you watch the line speed here for this set.
Yeah, the video referee is just having a look at this. In fact, hang on, there's a card coming out here.
And it's a green card. You got all excited for a second there, Mark.
Well, he's had treatment. So he's got to leave the field for 2 minutes, so they're down to 12 for this set and the next one. Darrell have found out plenty about his team tonight. It might be in defeat. Well, there's been some heroic performances from those in the white, red and blue of Wakefield.
Third, out and off the ball. Find this line. Tackle 3, stay.
There is still hope. Who is going to be the match winner? Is it going to be Jowett? Jowett goes wrapped up on halfway. They need to get him to the ground. They will do that. There's still 2 tackles left. Rovers are not home yet. Can't put the cue in the rack just yet. As the ball moves from Pitts, they gamble on Lino and they get him. Great defence from Willie Peters' side, but now a penalty. Undoes all that good work. McAlorum looks round.
Well, it was Oliver Gildart who came in with a good defensive read, but there's been too much in that tackle. Well, Michael McAlorum shakes his head. Mason Lino, he just gets collared, and it's that left arm from Michael McAlorum. This will get penalised.
It will. Well, these are nervy times. Very nervy times. Always looks on the innocent side to me, Mickey McAlorum. But
it doesn't look like an innocent face to me. So it's a step. Well done initially by Lino, and he's falling, but there is contact with the head there from the arm of McAlorum. So whatever the referee decides, there will be mitigation here.
Okay. There's contact with the head, but there's mitigation. It's 10 minutes in the sin bin.
There we go. He's in the bin. So Hull Kingston Rovers are down to 12. And Wakefield here have got a chance to launch themselves into Rovers territory. Willie Peters, a penny for his thoughts at the moment.
There's somebody timing on the side.
Well, they've got 4 minutes and 45 seconds to hold out. They don't need to win this game again. They're in the driving seat, they're in the box seat. First and foremost, they need a good, clean set of defence. But Wakefield, you watch the interplay here. You watch Jay Pitts come alive in the middle of this field.
Yeah, well, it is still 12 on 12, technically. We saw Lachlan Walmsley on the far side. Great carry there. What a run that is from Staunton. He wants a quick play of the ball, and he'll get one. Here come Trinity then. Maybe we're not done. Maybe we're going to Golden Point again. Can they sum it up? Something to break down this resolute Hull Kingston Rovers defence. Offload off the ground. Here now is Pitts. Pitts dummies. Pitts wants to get it away. They're thinking about the big miss-out pass. Johnstone has to take it. Cuts back in field. 15 away. More appeals for a high tackle, but this time in vain. But Wakefield are within striking distance. They'll move it across to Pitts. Gets it away to Lino. Gets it away to the far side here now. Is Pratt going for the line? Can he get it down? He has! He has been outstanding. Oliver Pratt scores. And Wakefield are a kick away from possibly sending us to Golden Point again. Wakefield off the canvas. I'm back within 2.
Oh, this sport of rugby league, it never stops providing moments of brilliance like that. This time, it's Oliver Pratt, who has been one of the stars of the show this evening. He gets his first Super League try of the season, and boy, did it take some scoring. Wakefield have been doing this all evening. Midfield spread, Jay Pitts at the heart of it. It's Jowett with the ball, then a duck inside Burgess, and then just strength in the tackle. Never say die, finish in the corner, and we have got a grandstand finish.
We have, because even if this kick doesn't go over, Wakefield will still have time. But what a finish. He's beaten 3 and taken Evalds over the line. A great finish. Daryl Powell out of his seat.
And that is a standing ovation. It was a seated ovation earlier.
Wow, how good is he? That's what he just said. How good is he?
Young kid, finding his way. Well, you're announcing yourself in 2025, Ollie. Now then, let's turn our attentions to the clutch moment of the game so far.
This is as tough as they come. He's taking it all the way back to the 30-metre line. The crowd, they can't watch. The crowd will tell us. Amassed in the stand away behind the post. 54% he kicks this. Sends it on its way, and he's missed it. So he can't add the extras. A big cheer from the Hull Kingston Rovers fans. They are still in the lead, but Wakefield, the glum face of Daryl Powell, maybe says they're up against it here, but they're going to get one crack at it.
They're likely going to have one more set in possession, and they're going to have to make it a good one.
Let's get down to Jenna, pitch side.
Yeah, I can tell you Mikey Lewis has just limped out from the tunnel. He has got his foot in a boot. He is on crutches. It doesn't look good. He doesn't look happy. What a massive blow for the reigning Man of Steel and, of course, last year's grand finalist, Hull KR.
Cheers. Where is the bench? Somewhere. There we are, the boot. Oh, look at that for a face. That picture tells 1,000 words.
The dreaded moon boot. Yeah, the crutches, the moon boot's not a good look, is it? Right, here we go.
What can Wakefield summon up? Just over 90 seconds to go. Robins have got to be squeaky clean defensively here. Is there a trick play in the armoury of Daryl Powell's Wakefield? They've been courageous, they've been brave, but it might just not be enough tonight. The Robins, who were pushed all the way last week by Castleford, have been pushed all the way this week.
He's been brilliant, Staunton, hasn't he? I think Mikey Lewis has gone for the full game. He's on for full 80.
Here they come now. Here's Russell, gets it away to Jowett. Jowett gets it away to Rourke, turns it back for Johnstone, skips off one. Johnstone comes back in field. Tom Johnstone still going. Tackled inside the 30. Rovers short to their far side. That's where Pitts is going. They're going back to that strike edge here. Here goes Pratt. Pratt with a dummy tackle 8 metres away. Last one. This is surely the game here. Can Wakefield win it? Or will the Robins hold out? Mason Lino fires the kick across field. There's not the depth on it. Caught by Johnston. He loses it. Hull Kingston Rovers survive by the faintest of margins. Wakefield got within 10, but they couldn't break the Robins again. And what a game.
What a game. What a spectacle. What a piece of defensive work there from Hull KR. Daryl Powell will come out a loser tonight, but I'll tell you what, he'll be incredibly proud of the performance. The Robins have done enough.
Well, that's it. It's the red and whites of Hull Kingston Rovers who are celebrating in a packed-out crowd, but for the second week in succession, Willie Peters' side have been pushed right to the wire. Mikey Lewis could be gone for a while, and that may have bigger repercussions to come. Max Jowett was outstanding for Wakefield tonight, who, despite missing a multitude of key players, have pushed last year's grand finalists all the way. That young man, Oliver Pratt, got a try right at the end, and he is promising already to be a Super League superstar. But it was a game that was decided ultimately by a goal kick. Reece Martin didn't miss tonight. Jowett couldn't land the extras right at the end. It's another wonderful game to kick off round 2 of the Super League, but that might be the biggest talking point. Mikey Lewis, how serious is that injury? Hopefully it's not too bad for him and for Hull Kingston Rovers. Full time here at the DIY Kitchen Stadium. It ends Wakefield Trinity 12, Hull Kingston Rovers 14.